for watching and welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is on this super soft and elegant bridal makeup look. I focus a lot on my skin in this video rather than the eyes, which is a little bit different for me. Normally I'm more about the eyes and less about the skin, but today I switched it up to get this look, which I am super happy with how it came out. But I would also just like to make a side note. Wedding season is upon us, so I do plan on creating a playlist with a bunch of different wedding looks that you can wear either as a bride, a bridesmaid, or as a guest. Like, this would work for all of them. I would wear this at my own wedding. I'm not engaged or anything, but just putting it out there. I would wear this as a guest to a wedding, anything like that. This is super appropriate. So again, I'm kind of rambling, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let's jump into the tutorial. So the first thing you're going to want to do for bridal makeup is to make sure you moisturize. This one is from First Aid Beauty. I'll have everything that I use linked down below, but that is going all over my whole face. Next up is brows. That's what I start off with when I do my makeup and anyone else's. It just really helps me to frame out the face and be able to tell where I want things to go. So I like to start with the inside of my brows and then work my way towards the tail and just kind of shape them that way. But that's basically how I do my brows. And then after I do my brows, I move on to eyes. So I go ahead and clean up my brows at the same time. I'm using the Tarte Tape Shape Concealer and a Morphe B19 brush, I believe, and I'm just carving out underneath my brows. Once I finish my brows, like I said, I move on to my eyes. I put one dot of concealer on each of my eyes and I just blend them out with my fingers. This is good for pretty much any eye skin type. It covers any veins, anything like that. But basically, once you get that concealer blended out, you want to make sure you set it with a skin tone shadow. So I am using Strange out of the Naked palette and just doing the same exact thing to the other eye. And then again, out of the Naked 3 palette, I'm taking those two shimmer shades and I'm placing that all over my lid and I'm bringing it into my crease and also right above it. And now on the lid, I'm mixing the gold and the rose gold shade just to kind of darken that up. And then I'm taking the shade Nooner on a blending brush and I'm packing that onto my outer corner and blending that into my crease just to warm my eyes up a little bit. And then pretty much the last step for the eyes is to put a really nice thin line of eyeliner on. Use whatever you want, whatever's going to work for you, but like I said, we're focusing on the face for the majority of this tutorial. So as you can see, I thought I was out of my NYX Pore Filler, but I cut it in half and I wasn't. There was a ton more product in there, but this is my favorite concealer or primer hands down for anyone, including myself. And for foundation, I'm using two of my favorites from Maybelline. It's from the Fit Me line, and then I added in a cream highlighter from NYX just to give myself that extra glow. For brides, that's really, really nice. But then I just apply that mix straight to my face with my fingers and I bring some down onto my neck as well. And then you also just want to make sure that when you're blending that out, you get a little bit of it onto the ear. But my favorite way to blend out foundation is with a sponge. So this one is the Real Technique sponge. And as you'll see, once I get done with blending this into my skin, I match my neck. I have a fake tan on, so that's why this foundation looks so dark initially. But next, I'm going to go ahead and contour. I'm using this Lorac Pro palette, and I believe this was the warm shade. I don't know, the names are on the back, but I'm contouring my whole face. I'm doing my forehead, my cheekbones, my chin, my jawline, underneath my lip as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my nose later when I'm highlighting, just because sometimes contouring can get really, really heavy after you highlight, so we don't want to avoid that. So I like to dab it into my skin, and I also like to blend it out with a brush. Those motions really help to just make it look really, really flawless. But that's basically the whole thing, the whole process for contouring. Next up, I'm going to highlight. I like to highlight after I contour, especially on brides, just in case I go a little too far with the contour, the highlight will fix it. I'm putting this on my under eye, my forehead, down the center of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. So those are the areas that you want to highlight and bring forward. And then I'm going back into my contour palette and I am taking the same shade that I used for my cheeks and I'm placing that right on either side of my nose highlight. And it just helps, like I said, the nose highlight can get a little out of hand sometimes, so it's nice to just blend it out with the concealer right next to it. And now I'm just showing you, this is my Laura Mercier setting powder. It is the most amazing setting powder I've ever gotten my hands on. It doesn't have any flashback, and it makes your skin look so smooth. So it's like the best thing ever. But I'm going to blend all of this stuff out, and then I'm going to bake my under eye. And by baking, I just mean putting a ton of powder on my under eye and letting it sit there for a little bit. That way your concealer won't crease and it stays all day because you have that extra layer of makeup on top of your concealer. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did do a nice straight line right next to my nose contour. That's just going to help to sharpen that up as well. And then you just want to go ahead and blend out and bake the other areas that you highlighted. And then I do like to do my smile lines as well, even though I didn't highlight those. And I also like to kind of set where I did my cream contour. And that's just so that doesn't go away. And then once I have that cream contour set, I didn't bake. You guys see me go in with the Bahama Mama bronzer from the Balm, and that's just going to give you a little bit extra intensity to your contour. And by the way, I'm doing my cheeks again. I'll go over my jawline again. I'll also be going over my nose contour as well as on my forehead. Pretty much everywhere that I originally contoured, just to give you that much more contrast. And then once you get your powder contour laid down, you're going to go back into your setting powder and just bake right underneath that contour line. This is going to really clean up that line and give you a nice sharp line. And then after you let that sit for a little bit, I dust off all of the excess powder on my face, so my under eye, including right underneath my contour and my smile lines, and you guys will see the finished result of highlight and contouring. So next, now that I am contoured, I want to add a little bit of bronziness to my face. So I'm using this Lorac Baked Tantalizer bronzer, which is so pretty. It's got a nice little shimmer to it without being overpowering. And then I'm using the Nars Orgasm blush. It's a really light, peachy, corally blush, which is really, really pretty on a lot of different skin tones. So it's almost kind of a universal shade, but I like to put a little bit of that on my chin, a swipe on the center of my forehead, and then we're moving on to highlight. This is a staple. It's Laura Geller's Gilded Honey. This is so raved about, and as you can see, it definitely proves up to its name. So I put this a lot on my cheekbones, my brow bone, right above my brow bone, on my chin, and then I use my finger, and my brush to do my cupid's bow and my nose highlight. And then I'll also go ahead and place a little bit of this shade on the inner corners of my eyes as well, just to give them a little bit of extra brightness on the big day. So next, before I do mascara or anything, I'm going to set my face with the NYX Dewy Setting Spray. And then my favorite trick is to just really lightly go over your cheek highlight one more time, and also your above the brow highlight. For this time, I'm going to leave my cupid's bow and my nose highlight alone, just because I really want them to be super glowy and intense. And now we're just going to finish off the eyes. I'm adding a really nude eyeliner to my waterline. This is just going to brighten up my eyes and open them up. And then I'm just adding a coat of mascara to my top and bottom lashes. And then it's time for fake lashes. The fake ones I'm using today are the Ardell Wispies. You can use whatever lashes you like, but these are probably one of my favorites. Moving on to lips, I'm going to show you guys three things, but halfway through I'm using a lipstick that I didn't show in here as well. So the first thing I'm doing is lining my lips with this Milani pencil liner. This is just a nude shade, and I'm only lining them. I'm not really filling them, because I'm going to go in with a lip stain after this. Lip stains are really, really great for brides because often the makeup artist doesn't stay all day, so you want something that's going to stain your lips and stay all day. And now I'm just dotting a little bit of MAC's Honey Love over top, and then finishing off with some NYX Butter Gloss. The very last step is to set your brows. I saved this for last just because we used all that powder, and this is the finished look. Alright everyone, this is the finished look. I absolutely love how it turned out. This is for the bride who wants to focus more on her skin and have, you know, nice contour, nice structure, nice highlight. And then I just lightly accentuated the eyes, and I love how my eyes look right now. I really like natural eye makeup, believe it or not. I do. But anyway, I'm rambling now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I do plan on making a ton more bridal videos. there's just something about bridal makeup that is so natural and pretty and elegant looking, and that's like my favorite type of makeup. But anyway, again, I think I already said I'm rambling, but I rambled again. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys!